Hello, you delightful, dainty little dynamos. How are you doing? That's a lot of alliteration there, a lot of D's going on. Today I'm talking about the time and the way that it's speeding up. And I'm also going to give you an update on how we are and how we're going from the emissaries. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So I'm not the only one to say this. It seems to be being said a lot that time isn't off whipping by. You know, as you get older, of course time goes faster because the journey home is always quicker than the journey to the place that you're going to. However, I'm not the only person saying time's flying. Young people are saying it too. Everybody's noticing that time's flying. And so I thought I'll ask the emissaries about that. And I said, is time speeding up? And they said, yes, indeed it is. And I said, why? Why is it speeding up? And they said, well, it's all to do with the frequency and the vibration of this plane that we're on. Plane. Yeah, not that kind of plane, no, that plane. And they said, sort of energetically, for those who've seen that that documentary Thrive, which was really good, they described the whole thing that we live in as a toroidal field. Everything's toroidal, if you notice. Toroidal everywhere. Source of energy and everything. And they were saying that basically we're going down the middle bit. And it's fast. It's like going down a waterfall, I suppose. Yeah? But I said to the emissaries, but why is it going quickly? Yeah, I don't mean like the explanation of the energies. Like, for what purpose? For what purpose? And they said, well, it's all part and parcel of the revelation that we're in. And they said that in this part of the timeline, the revelation has to go very quickly. Everything has to go very quickly. It's like to get through, get past. And so they said, they didn't say this, it was my translation. So, because lots and lots of things need to happen in very, very quick succession. And it's to wake people up so that it's like getting hit in the face with a wet kipper. That's what they said, in essence. I'm translating that in my way, but it's like to give people a smack on the arse. It's like everything, bum, 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 bum. And they said, so it's part of the process, it's part of the plan, it's what's supposed to happen. So I said to them, will it increase? Will it get, I don't want to use the word worse because it is bad that time's flying. It's bad when you're looking at your clock thinking, how long have I got left here? Because that's going fast a bit, isn't it? A bit too quickly for my liking. So it's not bad. It's not bad that it's speeding up. So it's not worse. But I say, is it going to get faster? And they said, yes, it will. It's going to get a bit faster before it slows down. So we're not quite through in the toroidal, because I like to work things out. What would, if we're going down the toroidal thing, we're not quite halfway down the toroidal bit, the waterfall bit, but we're nearly. And I said, so how will we know that we're through that bit? And they said, all that you'll notice is that you'll have more time to contemplate. You'll have, just everything will just seem to be easier. You'll have a peaceful moments, because they're few and far between at the moment. It's like, peace wouldn't be what I would use to describe my life. Happy, yes, but in a state of peace and blissfulness all the time, probably not. I don't know whether you are. If you are, chapeau, hats off to you. But I would say that my life is at full pelt at the moment. That's how I feel. Everything's at full pelt. And so they said, what you'll notice is that the revelations will start to space themselves out. Yeah. And that would be also nice, rather than every single day waking up to, as I heard this man in Spain saying, I can't manage so many historical events all happening in the same week. And this is what, like, a historical event every day. Today or yesterday just happened to be like 7 million documents from Epstein information coming out. And it's like, what, pictures of Andrew. What the hell was he doing? He's a weird guy. He's just weird, isn't he? Prince Andrew. He's not Prince Andrew anymore. He's Andrew Windsor of the Mountbatten bad name to get yourself linked to it, because Mountbatten didn't have a good reputation either with the boys, if you know what I mean when I say that. And photos of him lying on the floor over the top of a woman who's prostrate on the floor, not looking particularly good, in a good place. Not in a good place. And he's like hovering over it like a bad smell. And things like that. You know, that one revelation, and then just the next day with this one, and then Greenland, and then Russia, and then it's just Iran, and then Israel, and blah 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 blah. It's like, wow, too many things happening. Anyway, so they'll space out, and we'll have breathing time in between. I think that's what we need, isn't it? Give me a bit of a breather. Let me just take stock. Yeah, but I don't think we're meant to take stock, you know. We don't need to. Because normal people, and when I say normal people, I mean the normies, they aren't like we are. They're not on top of everything. We're on top. We've got networks that tell us everything that's happening, you know, to the nth degree. The normies don't, but they need to see something that's going to bang them out of that coma. And so they need lots of stuff, you know, because what works for one doesn't work for another. So Epstein might be super interesting to somebody, but for somebody else who not that old chestnut, we don't want to know. But they'll get something else to go, what the dickens is that? And that's the point of it, you know. There's going to be something for everyone, all right? Come and get your historical event. They're lovely. And then I went on to ask the emissaries, is everything okay? Is everything all right? Is it as it should be? And they said, yes, everything is moving forward in its usual cumbersome and ungainly way. They were their words, cumbersome and ungainly. And so I thought, that's strange, isn't it? It sounds a bit forced. I said, so is it not going well? And they said, it's going really well. But it moves forward in a cumbersome and ungainly way. And I think that's really true when you look at it. I mean, it's like 3 steps forward, 75 back, 100 forward, 25. I mean, it's minging, isn't it? The way this timeline's running, it's just minging. And the emissary said, yes, it is minging. Well, they didn't say minging, but they said, yes, it is a bit like that. They said, it's just the way that this moves. It's the way that it moves. They said, it moves, and hey, you know, trigger warning. This could be not politically correct, what they said. But they said, it's moving forward rather like watching a morbidly obese person running an obstacle course. So, a morbidly obese person running through an obstacle course. That's what they said. That's what the Great Awakening is like. And I'm sure you can all get the sense of what it would be like to watch a morbidly obese person running across an obstacle course. It's not big and it's not clever. Well, it is big, but it's not clever. It would not be a pretty sight. And so the emissary said, they used that analogy because they said, it's going to be ugly. What you see and what happens is going to be ugly. It's not going to be fun to watch. It's going to be painful to watch. But it happens that way. We've got this massive monster, this antiquated dinosaur that's just about to collapse. And that is what we're going to see with the fall of Babylon. Babylon is falling, and it's going to make quite a splash when it does. And as with all big people who have big bellies, as it falls, we're going to see its crack. We might even see its backsag and crack, depends on how it falls. I hope not. I would rather just see the back of it, to be honest. That's what I would rather see. So everything's going fine. It's going to be ugly. It's not going to be pretty. Girls and boys, it's not going to be pretty. Don't worry about it. And we're nearly through the donut. And that is to be celebrated. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Put in the comments the things that you see that are exceedingly ugly as Babylon falls? Where are you seeing it fall? What are you seeing crumbling around you? I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.